Back in New York City and breaking right now, pro-Palestinian demonstrators are crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. We have seen images of citizen app of police making some arrests. New York City's Office of Emergency Management is telling drivers they should expect delays on the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, earlier, some of these protesters were on Wall Street protesting outside the stock exchange. And that's where Eyewitness News reporter CeFaan Kim brings us live report. CeFaan.
Well, David, those protesters left the stock exchange about an hour ago and moved towards the Brooklyn Bridge, where you mentioned there have already been several arrests. It was hot out here today, and it was not just the weather. Protesters on both sides clashed, tempers flared. At one point, cops had to step in and separate the two groups.
You guys killed the hostages.
It was a tense confrontation with emotions running high on both sides. A lot of blame going back and forth. There would be no peace here. At least not today.
So you're not getting paid to support the slaughter of children.
At one point, police officers had to get in the middle and were drawn into the scrum themselves. More than 100 pro-Palestinian demonstrators who turned out in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Their message was this: Israel bombs, Wall Street profits. The group's organizers say they chose to demonstrate today on tax day because
we don't want our tax dollars continuing to fund genocide. There's a strike happening all across the country today. Students are taking off of school. People are calling out of work. People are refusing to shop, spend any money today. There have been actions shutting down the Chicago O'Hare Airport.
You move out the way! You move out the way!
That large pro-Palestinian group clashed with a smaller pro-Israeli group, pushing and shoving and tripping as about a dozen counter-protesters made their way through the crowd.
This whole issue is not about Palestine or Palestinians. It's about Hamas, which is a terrorist organization. It's been around for years, funded by Iran, who tried to attack Israel with 300-plus drone missiles the other night. And Hamas has to be defeated so that the Gazans could live their lives.
The hostages need to be freed today, beyond discussion, having nothing to do with anything. I don't see anybody holding Palestinian hostages.
Now, one other note, as we've been reporting, former President Trump is in town today, and often after he's in town, he has a tendency to address the media down the block here at 40 Wall Street, the Trump building. So aside from the stock exchange, there's also that. A ton of security down here. But with that said, neither side of these protests seem to notice or care for his potential presence down here. Reporting down in Lower Manhattan, CeFaan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.